If you add,
Hello. Welcome to a Sunday Live. Sorry to interrupt you, Stephen.
that's
It
right.
said live on the screen, so you got to go live when it says live.
Do you know
You got
what?
Stephen and Simon.
In
Hi guys,
in
hi
the
everyone. How
Hi
you doing?
Simon. In the days of when we used to be on the Thursday live with Mike, all right, we'll be nattering and he'll just hit live on here. Right,
Yeah.
and the thing with this, there's no warning if you're in as a guest, you don't realise. As an admin, like we are on StreamYard, you get the little sign at the top where it says "end broadcast" if you want to.
Right.
So it's it's all good, and we're all here, and I know that Simon's there. You all right, Simon?
Yeah, I'm good, Stephen. Yeah, how you doing?
Yeah, just before we jumped on, Simon said he's had to sellotape his computer together and got
Yeah, I've had an
hamster running
absolute
on the
nightmare
wheel.
this weekend. Yeah, it's been a disaster. My main computer's just completely crashing, so I'm on the laptop tonight, but I had to spend a bit of time getting it all set up. Anyway, I'm here. We're all good.
No, it's good to see you. Had a good week, Daryl?
Yes, I did. Busy as always. Yeah, we've got a lot of software we're building for ourselves and for other people. So just been crazy busy with that.
It's always the way, isn't it? It's just
Yeah.
life. Sometimes, life gets in the way. And I was saying to one of my clients who pays me to mentor him, he phoned me up and he went, "I'm really sorry, Steve. I've done nothing." And he explained why he's done nothing. And I just said to him, "Look, life gets in the way sometimes. You just got to make a list of things you need to get done." I've got my whiteboard to this side of me. 2 lists. List number 1 is the easy jobs, the ones that you can do with your eyes shut. All right. And then on the other side, I've got the hard jobs. So when I'm having a bad day, and for those that don't know me, I suffer with fibromyalgia. I don't want anyone feeling sorry for me. It's for those that don't know, it's just pain throughout the body, and it's there all the time, but there's people worse off than me. That's why I'm always so positive with what I do. And so I have not my bad list, my hard list, and then my easy list. When I'm having a bad day and I can't focus, I do my easy list. I go down and I wipe things off the whiteboard. And at the moment, my easy list is empty for once, and I've got about 5 hard things to do, which I'll get done tomorrow, and I'll just chip away at them. And sometimes I have to take the hard jobs and actually split them down into easier jobs, into separate little sections. And life gets in the way. Things happen. Softwares go wrong. This is what life's all about. And it's at the end of the day, it's just something you have to keep going and chipping away, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, the Stephen method of productivity. You should write
That's what it is.
A small ebook.
The legendary whiteboard. I've heard about this whiteboard. You mentioned it. Yeah. Sounds good.
It is great to have, and I tell anyone who's starting out on this journey of whether you're lead generation, rank and renting websites, or building a different new business, totally different to what we're talking about. Get yourself a list. So you make a list of things you want to get done, and when you come in of a day to work, you can go, right, I'm going to do number 1, tick, number 2, tick, number 3, tick, and get rid of them. Get them off the list. And if you split those tasks down to be smaller, they are easier. And that's why I've got my nice big whiteboard to the right of me. And also with fibromyalgia, you get brain fog, so you forget. So when I'm chatting away to someone, sometimes I think I've done this for you, Simon, when we've been chatting. I'll go, hang on a minute. And if I've done it with Daryl, I go, just get me my whiteboard pen. And I write away on there, and I go, I got a note of that to do that. And so, it's the best way really to focus on your work and take action. The amount of people I talk to and they never take action, and they go, well, this product doesn't work. It doesn't work because you didn't take action. It's not difficult. Just focus on your business and you'll do well.
One bite at a time, Clint. Right. How do you eat an elephant?
I love that. Yeah. How do you know when an elephant's in your fridge? You see the footprints in the jelly.
I don't understand that one, but I'm laughing anyway.
Yeah, me too.
What is this one here, Sir Stop Warrior? Guys, what happens to my pages that I build if I stop paying for Magic Page plugin and Mass Page? Could you elaborate on that, please, if you have the time? So if you stop paying for my tool, mass.page, you've already got the data. So it's already in your Magic Page plugin. And so we don't take it away. Magic Page plugin, if you stop paying for that, your content stays on the page. But if you go to edit it, you won't be able to change anything. And it can totally mess up your CSS. I think when I've had it happen before. If you don't plan to use Magic Page plugin, one of the things you could do if you have Mass Page tools is we give you a template for exporting the website. As it'll look different, but it'll be a layout that's pretty good with the dynamic backlinks builder, and that you can export as HTML, and then you could take the HTML and put it on whatever hosting that you want. So we can demo that. I think we have some videos on my channel about the dynamic backlinks builder where we show you what that is. If you want to message me on Facebook, I can go ahead and get you that link so you can see that video. But basically, the backlinks builder would be what I would recommend if you needed to be portable from a Magic Page plugin.
With Magic Page plugin version 6, if you cancel your subscription, the Magic Page part where you fill the data in, that will stop working. Now, off the back of that, it has the SEO plugin built in already, so that will stop working as well. But the thing to remember is when you generate your pages, let's say you generate 1,000 pages on a site, to go through those pages will stay up and you can still edit them in Elementor. Mm-hmm. But think, if you want to make one little change, you've then got to spend how much time going through 1,000 pages to make that change across all pages. Mm-hmm. That's the way you got to look at it. And also with Magic Page plugin, the price is going to gradually increase because of the new features. So if you've got on an amazing deal, I recommend don't cancel that. You know, people who cancel deals don't get back in on the original deals. I've spoken to some people this week that have lost out, who are on the super cheap deal on a product, and they cancelled and they expect they can get back in the same price. That price is no longer available. So, so there are some products out there that all work together, and if you get a great deal, stick in with it. The thing is, the only reason I think you'd want to cancel is if you're not being successful in your business. Right. And if you're not being successful in your business, it's because you've not followed training, you've not taken action. You know, one of the simple things I say to people when you start out with this, build yourself a website using Magic Page, get the site up, right? And then very simply, without even ranking it, just rent it to a local business. Go to a local business and say, $50 a month, you can rent this site. It's not ranked, but you need a website. There you go. And if you added content, if they ever leave you, then you change it to rank and rent with maybe Lead Simplify and other products. You know, and that's a very simple starting way of. I started out when the big, what I call the crash, the COVID crash happened. I put all my eggs in one basket. I was a bit silly. I had all the entertainment world and lots of money coming in. In fact, it's starting to pick up again now in the UK. But because I did that, all my money stopped, and I went, what a fool I've been. I should have had 2 or 3 different niches. So I built a new niche, and to get myself going, I did plumbing, and I rented out some plumbers sites locally instantly to people, and it was all fine. So that's the key to this, to remember that you need to just build this up, and you get one site done, rent it out to somebody, get another site. If 10 sites at $50 a month, you know, $500 in your pocket, then you can move onto the lead gen system and other systems all the way along. You know, that's a quick way in. If you understand lead gen and all that, then go with that.
Yeah, one other thing I want to mention too to Soursop is that Mass Page Tools will be integrating with several other softwares. One is Traffic Factory. One is Mass Website Builder. Another one is we're going to have regular HTML outputs that'll be able to come out directly from the form. They'll be very basic, but we'll be having that for you soon. We're looking for something with Page Generator Pro. So we'll have a lot of other options for you. So if you want to stick with our tool, just give us some time. If you need to take a few months off, you can do that. But just as Steven said, sometimes the pricing coupon code that you came in on, you might not get that when you come back through. It's just sort of the way the world goes. So, but yeah, just keep that in mind. We're always trying to make mass page tools, not just for Magic Page plugin. We're trying to make it good for whatever your preferred tool is, whatever your preferred software is. We just want to give you the tools to optimize your images, to optimize your spin tags, all of that stuff, and just the siphon tool. All this stuff is just to try to help people in them doing mass page websites to have what they need to do that. So.
And magic form's just going to get even. All your tools are going to get even better with all the integrations that are coming out now. It's super exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Stephen, I was just going to sort of say to reiterate some of your pointers. Clearly, from a SEO point of view and what you're building up, this is something that takes typically months, not weeks. So you've got to look at this over the medium to long term. So any of the tools that we use, it's not something that you'll just buy for a month and then stop using. Typically, it's something you'll need to plan. So in terms of your business planning and your income and everything else, you need to be looking at 3-6 months. I would say, just to make it through. So don't just plan to buy something for a month and then cancel it. It's got to be more of a longer term plan.
And I'm sure with a lot of the tools, if you find financially you are struggling for any reason, reach out to us. I had someone the other day message me and go, look, I'm going for a bad time. I need to take a couple of months off, but I don't want to lose out on the price I'm on. So I kindly paused their subscription. I told them, don't cancel your PayPal payments. I'll pause the subscription for you. And when you're ready, message me and I'll resume the subscription for you. It just, if you with anything you cancel directly with PayPal or Stripe or wherever you paid through, the moment you hit that cancel button, it automatically sends the systems to cancel your services. And then you want to come back in. If we're not offering that price again, you go through the standard sales funnel to sign up again. So always think twice. And the other thing is, pick what you want to do. Right? If lead generation isn't for you, don't go with it. Go with something else. But stop buying shiny objects. Every 2 minutes in the IM world, right, there's this next product that says, I'll make you money in 24 hours. I'll get you traffic in 10 minutes. None of it works, right? I'll tell you what does work, and I've done it. That's building a website, renting out to a local business. Number one. And once you've built one website, you can back it up, clone it to another domain name in another location and rent it out again. So that's the easy part. The second thing that does work is Magic Page plugin and Lead Simplify, because I'm generating leads and calls all the time. And the tools that Daryl has just made my life 10 times easier. That it's about being able to build things faster and quicker. And so you get to that point in the end once you understand the processes, and always make yourself a list. I say that what is your number one goal, and write that on a board somewhere so you know what your goal is. If that's financial freedom, fantastic, and then you just got to work hard at it. That's the main thing. Work hard at it, and you will get to where you want to be.
I want to address what you just said about these tools that are shiny objects not working. I don't really agree with that. I think that probably, I would say 40 to 60% of them actually do what they say they're going to do. However, let's say, for instance, let's take, for example, emailing software, right? AppSumo has a emailing software that they sell themselves, they develop themselves, and they really, give you free access to it for so many number of people, right? All right. So if you have a tool like that and you don't use it properly, in other words, you don't write engaging emails, you don't do follow-ups, you don't have the funnels built out. If you don't use it, which a lot of these products they put out, people just don't use them, or they don't use them properly, right? And they end up also having the problem of too many tools. So if you have, you buy a lot of these shiny objects to just see what's behind the curtain or to try out these different things, and now you've got 75 digital marketing tools, right? They might be just as they say they'll do if you do it right. but how are you going to spread yourself across 75 tools and make them all work for you, right? So my philosophy is that I love to buy the shiny objects because I'm a software developer. Okay. So I'm actually taking them apart to see how they work and how they do different things and things like that. So that's my excuse for buying so many shiny objects to try.
You're rationalizing here, Daryl, aren't you?
I am. But here's the thing. I am rationalizing, but here's the thing. I have found that some of the shiny objects with the lifetime deals, and Simon, you were talking to me about lifetime deals earlier.
I am guilty of this. Yeah, I have to say.
I have found that even if I buy 10 lifetime deals, 1 or 2 of them is worth it because the deal is just so good, and I use the tool every day that it makes the sense that I paid, $50 or $60 per lifetime deal for all of these different softwares. How do you feel about that, Simon?
It's a bit of a gamble. I mean, I'm a bit of have a bit of a weakness for AppSumo, and I do buy deals there. And some of them I bought 2 or 3 years ago have come really good. I mean, sometimes you'll buy a piece of software and it won't be supported anymore, and it just sort of withers away. And it was a bit of a one shot. Some of them become really, really good. I mean, I think Phrase was on AppSumo last year, year before, and I didn't buy it, and I'm kicking myself so hard that I didn't get it because that would be a great tool for me to use. So sometimes you can have real golden golden nuggets on there, but it's a gamble, and I guess that's the proposition. But I've definitely bought things that have been useful, but maybe 1 in 3, 1 in 4 things get used. Maybe the others are just a trial. But I think that's the deal, I guess.
AppSumo is very good because I bought a product that stopped working. I messaged their support team and they refunded me for it, which I was quite surprised about. What I'm emphasizing at is when you go to buy a product, do 2 things. One, ask yourself 3 times, do you really need it?
Right.
And the second thing to do is do research into the product vendor, because I guarantee, and I'm not going to name names on it because I don't do that, right? But there are some vendors out there that if you do a search when a product comes out on JVZoo or Warrior Plus or AppSumo, when you search for the people who actually own the product, it will come back with their reviews, how good or bad they are. And there's about 3 or 4 people I know in the iron world that have got a very bad reputation where they'll release a product and 3 to 4 months later it will not be around anymore, and you've paid like $500 for the product and you can't use it. So they're the ones to be watching out. Most of AppSumo products, I have to say, are very good. And what ends up happening with AppSumo products is they'll release them on there and then they end up in a situation where when you go to look at it again, it's on a monthly instead of a lifetime deal. And there's been 1 or 2 products. StreamYard, funny enough, I think was on AppSumo when it started, and I didn't buy into it, and I wish I had. But the fact of the matter is, even at the price that we pay for this now yearly, is still a great value, and I'd rather support the product long term.
Yeah, I was going to say I've had a good experience with AppSumo. I actually bought some call tracking software a few years ago in a lifetime deal, and I'd maxed out the codes, and that call tracking software has now been bought out by another company, and I think there's a bit of a question about whether they continue to offer it lifetime or not, and AppSumo have offered to refund all the money from 2 or 3 years ago. So I've always had a good experience, but I think you still need to be selective about what you buy. I guess nothing's always forever, nothing guaranteed.
That's very interesting. What is lifetime when it comes to software? It's not your lifetime. It's really the lifetime of the ownership or the their business plan. Like you just said, sometimes things do change and they do change things around. And going back to the JVZoo stuff, like JVZoo's been around, probably a good 10 years or so. And if I go back through my very first purchases all the way to today, out of those things, I probably use, and I've got probably hundreds of things I bought over those years, probably over 150 things that I've bought from different plans and different pickups of, upgrades and things. I'm using probably 5 things on there on a regular basis out of 100. So keep that in mind. Here's somebody that's actually done and bought everything. So I buy, the things that I think would be interesting, and you're not going to use them all. There's no way that one human has enough time to use every single tool that comes your way in internet marketing. So keep that in mind. Keep in mind that also the risk reward, sometimes the reward is so big that it's worth buying a few different things that it's worth it, especially if it's a lifetime deal, because you might have that regret that Simon's talking about later, that you didn't take it up when you could have had access to it. Like Phrase is a really good opportunity. Phrase is getting more and more expensive, and I got that on the lifetime deal, and I'm very, very happy that I did. So like I said, there's these golden nuggets that sometimes you find a developer that is going to really support a product, and you get in on the lifetime, and you win so well. You could ask George in our group here. George does a lot of lifetime deals. We talk about them all the time. And, there's 8 or 9 out of 10, you're not going to be using all the time, but there's that 1 or 2 that just makes all the difference. And so that's, one thing I just wanted to add tonight.
Also, live by your means. So if there is a product that comes out and you're umming and erring about it, if you haven't got the money, I know it's that heartache of, it's a lifetime deal and I really, really want it. If you haven't got the money, don't get it, because it will come out on monthly anyway. And if you're making good money monthly in the future, you can afford to pay the monthly fee and support the product, so it's going to be around for years to come. And that's the other way to sort of look at it as well. There are some fantastic gems on AppSumo, and I know AppSumo want to keep their reputation good. So if you send a message to them with a problem with a product, they will always look after you. And more recently, I bought a product which I wasn't happy with, and I clicked the I want my money back button. They gave me my money back instantly without even arguing it. So, what more would you want?
Yeah. We did have a question that came in. Starting up as a web designer and SEO, looking for clients, how would you utilize your tool to bring in organic client leads? Would you use it to make location pages? Yeah, I have several websites just for lead gen for web design, and they work really, really well. The tool that I think I showed you last week was a Client's Nest software. They also have a thing called Leads Gorilla, and there's a software developer that's doing some really decent work. I went through their software and found very few things I would change. Most of it works pretty well right out of the box, and they're looking to improve it and everything. So there's a good developer that launched on JVZoo, and they have a monthly plan that's going to be coming out. They'll really do the monthly plan. So anyway, back to that, you could build the lead locations pages and use that Client's Nest to throw a lead query form inside and give estimates for web design or SEO directly to the client. So if you didn't watch last week's episode, go ahead and watch it. It's on our YouTube channel, and you'll see what we demonstrated, the Client's Nest.
That sounds good. Daryl, I'm just thinking about that as well. I mean, obviously you can do locations, but I wonder if also you could do in niches as well. If you were to build in, SEO for, local trades, plumbers, whatever, and try and get that as a longer sort of keyword. I don't know if you could use some of your tools to layer in that as, SEO for plumbers, SEO for, electricians, some of those kind of long tail.
Yeah. So I didn't, I can't, let me see. Yeah, why not? I'll show it to you guys. CSV Wizard. CSV Wizard, one of our next products coming out. And let me see if I can share my screen here. I'll show you.
Just before we came on,
I don't want to put you on the spot there. Yeah.
And this is an awesome product. Obviously, until Daryl says it's available, it's not yet. But I've watched Daryl use this, and it is, I've got to say, it's really good. So so you're being privileged, guys. Get to watch this now.
Yeah, so this is CSV Wizard. I'll make it a little bit bigger on the screen. And so basically the way it works is you can have a template. So like I have, these are just various templates, and this is the rows of the sample file. So whenever you have a program like Magic Page plugin or any other program that gives you a sample file of how they want your spreadsheet to be set up, you upload the file in here, and it'll take the top column and put them into numbers here. So you have registered company, then it has create date, domain name, register. This is the top fields columns inside of that CSV file. Okay. So then what you would do is you would insert your other data. So you would build a spreadsheet of all of your trades and your sub trades and things like that. All of your keywords that you would want to match up into the location set. Okay. So then you would say, okay, I mean, we already have a data set generator inside of our system, but this is going to take over for that. Because you can do this more generically for a lot of different things. And then what you do is you just match up the columns. So number 1, you click on the button, and that's going to be the first thing. And then number 2, you click on the next thing. So like I'll show you here.
Daryl, I think Google My Business categories would be a really interesting one to put in there. I think there's something like 3,500, 4,000 of them now, and I think that would be a great kind of set of lists that you could put in SEO for and insert the Google My Business. I mean, you get a lot of pages, but I think that could be pretty interesting.
More pages is sometimes great, especially if you can feed them in slowly, like Magic Page plugin will. You can do that. So, like for example, let's just take this is a D7 lead finder file, and these are huge. But let's say you only need a few different columns in this, and you want them in a certain order, right? If you guys have ever worked with a spreadsheet, you know what a pain in the neck it can be to move columns around and get it situated for importing on something else. Okay. So with this tool, you'll be able to say, okay, I want this is column 1. See how this is number 1. I want this in column 2, and I want this in column 3, right? And that's it. That's all I want. Then I'm going to generate it, and it'll convert that to XLS, and you hit generate. It'll take that file, and it'll give you just those fields, okay, in those columns, right? We just did the first 3, but we could pick around that chart, and you would have that, right? Then you can save it as a template and come back and do it again. So every time you upload a file, you just grab that template, and it'll do the same thing with that file and just take these 3 names as long as it's the same. Do you see what I'm saying? So I've always wanted a tool like this myself, just because if I'm dealing with any kind of custom data, I want to be able to easily convert it over to Magic Page plugin or whatever. So as a Mass Page person doing Mass Page stuff, you do need tools like that. So CSV Wizard, look out for that. That'll be coming out soon. Enterprise level people will get it for free. So you'll just ask for it on a support ticket, and we'll get you access to it. All right. Other people will pay monthly if they want that tool.
That's going to be really helpful, because the amount of times I spend ages resorting stuff in CSV files and try and organize it how I want to be able to just pull the data in and go tick, 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 it's done. It's going to be awesome. It's going to save a lot of time. Sometimes I found, like with Magic Page plugin, that I don't want some of the data going into Magic Page plugin, so I can pull it into CSV Wizard, and I can just go, I only want that, and that, export it, and then pull it back into Magic Page. So that's going to be great, Daryl. You haven't got your mic on, mate.
Paul is asking us, does it cover UK data? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of places where you can get UK data, and you can then massage the data with CSV Wizard to get it ready for Magic Page plugin. So the sky's the limit with that tool. We've been working on it, getting ready for 6.0, and we're a little behind, but we should have it out soon.
That's super exciting. So I'd like to keep people onto a schedule here, because I know that last week a few people had to leave on time at the top of the hour, and we'd like to about 1:45 start giving Daryl the chance to give away one of the amazing domain names. I know, Simon, you were going to bring up some bits and pieces tonight, weren't you?
Yeah, I was just going to a couple of slides just talk about schema markup for websites.
Do you want to talk about that? Because I know some great tools as well that Mike does with schema. So we'll hand the platform over to you to chat away about schema.
Yeah, sure. So this is just a couple of slides, just some hints and tips on schema. Some people might be very familiar with this, to others it might be less clear. So I thought I'd just do this, hopefully help people out with it. So this is obviously just about how to use schema to boost your SEO. So if you don't know, schema markup is structured data. Believe it or not, there's currently over 700 different types of it. The most common ones that we might be familiar with are things like local business schema, which obviously Magic Page plugin now supports, and we'll have a look at that. Schema is structured data. Google obviously loves data, loves both on-page data and data that's behind the scenes, which is embedded into your individual web pages, which you can add in manually, or you can use an SEO plugin or Magic Page plugin, and it just really helps Google to understand the purpose and the content of your site, and Google might use this data. It's not shown on your web page, but it is embedded, and Google might use this data to display site links, knowledge panel. I think it's using it for snippets as well. So it's something that's very, very powerful, and at least from a local business point of view, a lot of people aren't using it. So a lot of web designers will do the design of the website, but they don't get involved with the SEO, hand it over to the client, and therefore there's no schema data, and that's a great opportunity because we can then use that and take it into our own websites. Just a quick one, quick tip. Again, you may or may not know this, but if you want to test your own websites, there's a tool that Google provides called the Rich Test Results tool. I'll include a link at the back of this, but you can Google that. You basically enter an individual web page, might be your home page, contact page, or your Magic Pages, and it'll give you a summary. So here's a photography page of mine, and it shows that I've got the local business schema implemented, site links, and my logo is implemented as well. So worth checking that to make sure you've got that set up. So that's just something to look for. And then here's a few examples, and Steve and Daryl, please feel free to chip in if you like to, but some of the ones I think were good ones to use. Local business, so Magic Page plugin 6 now has an extended SEO facility right at the bottom of the page. You scroll down to the bottom and you can use the tool to actually put in X fields and populate all of the pages. So if you have like a local directory listing data embedded, a lot of people are building local directories at the moment, you can have all the company name, the company phone number, the coordinates, all the details of each individual business in the directory, and embed that now into your Magic Page, Now, Mike Martin's done a really good YouTube video on this, so worth just checking that out. But that's something I'd definitely highlight as an opportunity with Magic Page 6. A couple of other different types of scheme you can add in other parts of the website, and there are plugins which you can use. I've actually been playing around with one today, which you can add in all sorts of other different types of schema, service schema, article schema, for example. And that can be used to enhance your blog posts, for example. And a really good tip, and this is actually a tip that Chris Palmer, who's a well-known YouTube SEO, gave, but is basically pasting the article actually back in as schema, and the plugin that I'm going to send a link out to looks like it actually does that. So it takes the article that you built in as text on your post and then actually adds it as a schema automatically, which is fantastic. Another little tip which I've been experimenting with is there are Elementor elements that have FAQ and how-to sections, and you can actually use those to put off using your mass page X fields and the extra data you put in there. put it into an accordion, and that'll actually generate schema as well. So again, you're layering on this extra data, you're providing more content, more relevance for Google to have a look at. So there's 4 or 5 different ideas there of what you can do both within Magic Page and within other parts of your website using a plugin. I think the plugin is called Schema and Structured Data for WP and AMP, but I will get the link and I'll share it a bit later on.
Is there a cost for that plugin, Simon?
There's a free version, as there always is, and I think there's a premium license that has like 20 licenses. It looks, the free version looks pretty good from what I've seen. I've literally just been playing around with it earlier today. So, but the fact it automatically generates that it takes the content from the page and then you just select article schema and put it in seems really good. So just any opportunity you can have to add extra data in for Google for that relevance and content is going to help. So some ideas. So I can see Matthew's got a page there. Sorry, a question.
Yeah.
Which schema? I mean, Matthew. There's a dedicated FAQ schema and services schema, so you can put both of those types of schema in. Typically, you'd have one, but you can add more than one. It's very common for people to have a local business schema, but they might layer on, some FAQ schema as well. You can have different schemas together. Yeah. Matthew's also asking, do we really need to have another schema plugin? The schema tool for Magic Page, Stephen, you keep me right on this, but Magic Page 6, the schema in the simple version is simply local business schema, and within that you can select plumber or electrician or whatever else. I believe there's an enhanced schema plugin that Mike Martin, those guys provide, that opens up an advanced feature, which I don't use that one. So I think that's true, isn't it, Stephen?
It's called WP Schema. It's Mike Martin's tool. The cool thing about WP Schema that I like is that you can take schema from somebody else's website, pull it in, and then change it to be your own. So if you're somebody that hasn't got a clue about schema and you go, where do I start? I've got to watch a million videos to get my head around it. You just buy WP Schema and pop that onto your site, follow the training with WP Schema, and you just put a URL in of a competitor's site, pull all their schema in, and just change the data, like your URL, your phone number, little bits and pieces like that you go through and change to make it yours, and click save, and it's done. I use it all the time, WP Schema. I'll try and see if I've got a link to that as well to share with people.
Yeah, we can put it in the description if you want, Stephen.
Yeah.
On the YouTube video. So.
Yeah. I mean, I've got some links on this at the end of these slides, so I can when I send that out later on, I can add that in as well. So
that'd be great.
Yeah. So we can put it in there as well.
So one of the things I love about schema, there's a lot of people in the SEO world that say it's great for SEO, but even without that, for sure, one thing that it does help with is click-through rate, because when you have schema and it shows up in the search results, it makes the listing look a lot bigger, which makes people take attention to your listing. So it's well worth it to expand out whatever schema structured data that you can on your listings, your pages. It just gives you a much bigger advantage for getting clicked on, which is good for SEO.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you get the main entry, and then you could get 4 or 6 site links as well. So it makes the whole thing just much bigger. Particularly if it's a branded search, it's much more likely to trigger site links. And then if you really fill out all the details and you get a bit of a boost from Google, you get a full knowledge panel with a summary and links to all your social media and loads more information as well. So it's well worth the investment.
Stephen, did you want to show something?
There will be in a moment. I was just seeing if I've still got the At the end of this, we'll get into in the descriptions any links for you guys, because I have got a link to WP Schema somewhere. the thing I wanted to actually share, and I'm just updating the page because I know the moment I start sharing this, it will go wrong, and I normally don't like showing things entirely live. It's a little trick I do. I normally record a little bit and talk over the top, because the connections to the internet seem to like to slow down a lot. But what I did want to show when this updates, and it's whirring away, is actually to show people. We were talking about niches and location basis in Magic Page plugin, and so I wanted to show people that on here in a moment or two, just to go through it. And evening, Andy. He's a very well known marketer. He looks very similar to me, but it's not me. So it's good to see him on. If the IM world is what he works in, but he only recommends and releases products that are reliable and around for the long haul. So, but while I'm waiting for my page to update, it's finally done it. Okay, let me share this a minute then, and add this to stream. So on here we were talking about niches. This is a Magic page, and I haven't got any content on the Magic pages as yet. This is just a demo site that I've been sticking together, and on here, this is the Xfield niches from the Magic form that Daryl supplies. So that would be the Xfield niche and the location. Now the location base is done up by this here. So you type in a location and pop it in. We can do that in a moment. But the thing I wanted to show down here, these are all the Xfields, and don't get worried or confused. These are all the Xfields that actually work with Daryl's form. And if we come down to niches, if you were to go through these one at a time, you could hit edit, and you would change each of these. Now, as you can see, there's quite a lot here. On the Magic form, it's a graphical interface which is really easy to fill in, and this data changes. Not only that, what I love about the Magic form, and hope Daryl doesn't mind me plugging this for him, is the fact that you can resize your images automatically and add. Is it classed as schema in the background of the images, Daryl?
Not a schema, in a sense, it's the metadata inside of the image. Yeah, so it's location, it's the location, it's the keywords, it's your contact information, copyright, all that stuff gets put in automatically into every image. And even the locations are really cool because we changed the date the picture was taken, we changed the location in which the picture was taken. So all of that stuff gives some variety to your images. So it's good for your GMBs. It's good for all of that stuff. So
on here, this is the Xfield. I've clicked edit, and I'm going to change the default value. So let's say in the case of the site, it's weight loss. So I'll type in weight loss. And I'll click save. So anywhere now that I place this Xfield on the site, it's going to put in the word weight loss automatically. So I can copy that, and so on any of the pages of the site, always remember to click update, because if you don't, it doesn't save. And this is the bit a moment ago that I did update, and it took a minute or two to update, because everything goes slow when we're on the lives. Some unknown means it doesn't mic. While I'm waiting for that to update, up here you can see in the title of the Magic page, I put Xfield_niche as the niche, and then location as the location. And so when I enter in the locations in here, and I've already loaded a location set. So if I just pop in, if it's the Isle of Man, I enter in normally, because it's the smallest one in the UK for location sets. Like I say, it's got about 90. So I've already added a location set. Something else that people don't realise as well, you build a location set, then if you've got add another database location, if we typed in this again here, I can pick a different location and it'll add it again. So you can expand your locations one at a time. by adding more and more, and obviously you'd lower the mileage, so you could do 10 miles of one place and 10 miles of another. So in this case, it's all the same on this one because only 90 locations. We'll hit update on there as well. That's now creating the location. So this is one of them, Baldwin. So it would say, for an example, weight loss Baldwin. And so that's how this will come up. We'll just let this save a moment. Nothing worse than a blank page when you're doing this live. While I'm waiting, I'll just come back to us for a second because it seems to go a bit quicker on saving. So what happens there is that you can add the X fields anywhere across your site. So when you're building out, let's say you take one of my standard themes and add it to your site, and then you go over to the magic form and you fill in the magic form, you can then take the X fields from the magic form and place them across your site as you build them. And that just means then when you want to come back at a later date and change the site, let's say you built a site in Baldwin for weight loss, and you then want to take it to New York, but you want to change the images, you want to change some of the text, you want to do the metadata in the images, use the magic form for that. You just re-upload your fresh images, save them, change the GMB at the top, boom, you've got a whole new site built in minutes compared to having to go down manually. And that's always the advantage to this. Now, if I come back to here, now it's updated. When I generate, and like I said, I haven't done anything I haven't got any content on the pages at the moment. If I just take this, copy this and paste this down here as text, and I could use Elementor on this and hit update again just to save it. I should have done that the first time, really. And so by doing this, when we generate the pages, it's going to have weight loss and the location. You could put the word in on there in between if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you on that one. Just give this a moment or two to update again. And let's come back to us again for a moment while that's doing that, because it goes quicker. So you can add those X fields anywhere across your site if you're editing in Elementor, Divi. I'm an Elementor fan. I used to be an Oxygen Page Builder fan. And if you look in Mike's group, there's been some comments about Oxygen Page Builder. The thing with the Page Builder, you need to add the code in the right places for it to work with Magic Page plugin, and it's a bit of a pain to set up correctly. There is a video under Mike's group, if you search for it, that I created showing people how to do that. I personally prefer Elementor, and the main reason behind it is when you've got an Elementor page up, you can click next to the update button and save as a template and import it into your Magic page. So if you've done a standard home page, you can import that page straight in automatically. So we've now got this here, and I'm noticed on time, so I'm going to do this very quickly to explain. With the new Magic Page plugin now, right, we can come down here and it says export to posts and pages. So I can now click on that, and you can create yourself a group, and each group you create will do a location, will do a group name. So you can create multiple groups as you go along and type them in here. So I can call this the weight loss group. Got that right. And this is something that I picked up the other day. Make sure you press enter and make sure it's added there. So this will now append you can append this, overwrite existing or delete existing. So once you've got this group in here, you can say I've got 50 pages made for weight loss. I want to delete them and either regenerate them or overwrite them. And so the next part is to say, how do you want to export these? And this is the bit I do like as well, that we can say in here, I want it posts or pages. And so imagine creating a Magic page with a unique piece of content on it, a post, that then you can add the X field into that post and create 90 unique pages. Page titles I leave as they are. I don't mess with that. URL options I leave alone. The locations is really the one we want to look at next when this catches up for itself. And you'll pop in the nearby locations. This is going slow for some unknown reason. I knew this would happen tonight. But you work your way down the list, filling, and there's a training video on it. And when you click export, where I've entered in on at the top of the pages there, and what I'll do, I'll work through this in a minute, and we can do some other bits and pieces on the live, like the domain names, and come back at the end. So if you're interested in what I'm doing here, we'll come back to this in a minute, because it'll give me a chance to set it up and export the pages and show you them it working. But the idea is then, as you work your way down, you can like schedule how long you want them to go out, over 90 days, 180 days, and you just hit the export button and it will generate the pages ready to go out live. And so when it's generated, and that part I've shown you at the top of the page, that's going to be the name of the page. So it'd be niche weight loss, and maybe you put the word in next to it, and then location. You can spin the words in between as well. So then you end up with multiple pages of weight loss in and this location, and then you add that to the page and the content, and you end up with multiple variations of this page. And that's the basic idea of Magic Page.
Okay. We got a few questions. Maybe we could go to those while we're waiting for your thing to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was,
yeah.
We were talking about hosting here with Sour Soup. Sop. Yeah, so there's free hosting that comes with Magic Page plugin. That's one of the great reasons to pay monthly for it, is because it does have hosting that comes along with it. If you get the Leadgenmagic package, Stephen can talk to that. He has his own unlimited hosting for that, which is really cool. And that's plenty enough to run these Magic Page sites. So you're all good there. If it's going to be a really big project, I have a hosting. If you go to go.ht/hosting, we have some that we recommend through WebHost Python. That's who we use for our servers for all of the different projects we're on. And that's if you're doing something with, like hundreds of sites and lots of visitors and things like that. That's what I recommend for that. But
no, absolutely. And I mean, the hosting I supply is shared hosting. There's no two ways about it, but it's been built to work with Magic Page plugin. We've made sure it's reliable and it's going to do what you need. But if you are planning, the hosting I suppose is unlimited shared hosting. With the one that Daryl's doing, it's more aimed at being dedicated more, as in that you're buying space as you're filling up your, so if you have 1,000 sites, you're going to need to buy more space and upgrade your packages, but you get more resources for that as you go along. So that's the main thing to remember, is how much resource power do you need. If you're building, let's say 10 sites and you're happy with 10 sites, then MPP hosting from Mike's fine. If you're going to build maybe 80 sites to 100, then my hosting is ideal. If you're going to build a lot more than that, then you might want to be upgrading even more resources again. And it's all down to pages as well. The average that Mike says is about 200 to 300 pages per site he recommends. Now, some people want to do affiliate sites with 1,000 pages.
Yeah,
and so this is the difference between the hosting.
Yeah, and also because the pages aren't in cache anymore, you may be able to get away with more pages because they're in post and pages. But keep in mind, with the new system, when you export these pages, they do now take up hard drive space. So if you do have limited space, you can't go crazy and expect your unlimited hosting to say, oh, that's fine, you were using 3 terabytes. They're going to say fair use, and they're going to say they're going to kick you off the shared hosting platform. So keep that in mind. Anytime you're on shared hosting, there's always unlimited in quotations, and unlimited means that as long as you're playing nice, you can be on here. So just keep that in mind.
Absolutely. If we want to do the domain deal while I finish setting this up for people, because I know last week some people had to disappear because of work commitments, and we want to make sure everyone gets a fair chance.
Yeah, sure. There's a few more questions. We'll get to those.
There's a question. I was going to try and answer
go ahead.
Don's question, if that's all right. I'll just stick it up there. So Don, just on that, you can have more than one schema on one page. What I'm recommending and what Magic page 6 supports is local business schema on the Magic pages, and I think that's what you want to use. I don't use the Mike Martin's premium schema plugin. I can't talk to that. Stephen would be able to. What I'm recommending, what I'm talking about here, is using another plugin that works alongside SEO plugins, and I need to test it out to work alongside Magic page. And this is to try and enhance other pages that are not your Magic page. So enhancing your blog posts by building in the schema behind the blog post as an article, or if you've got an FAQ page or a how-to page or articles or whatever. So I think it's a case of using them alongside one another. I think I'll do some work offline with Stephen to see if there's any conflicts there as well. Maybe we'll check back with you guys next week, but it's not something I use. So we'll come back on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So looking for hosting for a blog network, different IPs, any suggestions? What we recommend you do there, right? Because what you remember is GoDaddy, My Hosting, MPP Hosting, the one that Daryl's recommending, they only have a certain number of IP addresses. So what I normally do is I have 2 or 3 hosts, so I don't have all my eggs in one basket. And I like to do it that way. And then not only that, then what you do, when you first set your domain name up, point it directly at your hosting provider directly, and then set everything up, and then switch it to Cloudflare. And the reason I say do it that way, when you switch it to Cloudflare will automatically pull in all the correct IP addresses and data needed to make it to work with your domain name. So it's better doing it that way. The amount of people I get support tickets going, I've gone to try to set up Cloudflare with your hosting, it doesn't work. Well, I don't support Cloudflare. That's not my product. You have to go to Cloudflare for that, right? But I do recommend point it at like My Hosting or Daryl's hosting he's recommending. And once you pointed it, then let it settle down, build your site, everything else, and then switch it to Cloudflare, and you'll find that work a lot better. And while we're talking, get your names in to win a domain name with Daryl now. Pop your names into the chat, and we'll add you to the Magic Wheel of Fortune. So George is in straight away. And we'll see who else wants. If it's just going to be George, it'll be an easy one tonight,
not
won't
Stephen
it?
and not Simon.
Yeah, let me show you guys what domains we're going to give away today.
Yeah.
You get to pick from any of these 4: tilesolarroof.com, hireatechie.com, rankandroll.com, and quotesmonkey.com. These are valued all over $1,000. So somebody's going to walk away with a great domain tonight for just joining us. Put your name in, your first name and last. If you're new to the channel, put your last name in, and we'll go ahead and put you on the wheel of names.
That's good. That's good. So keep your names coming in, and we've got quite a few in here already. I know Daryl's going to be typing away frantically to get everyone's name on the wheel of names, and no need to add not Steve tonight, because that was done some time back, and last week we did not Simon. So, and amazingly, was it one of the weeks we put not somebody in, and they actually won when it wasn't going to be them. So
yeah.
Which is always the way, isn't it?
Yeah, we have 2 Craigs. We have Paul, Mike. Anybody want to talk while we're waiting?
Yeah, I'm literally, if I can share my screen and explain to people what I'm doing while you're setting that up. So let's just bring it up to the full screen. So what I'm doing here now, a minute ago I generated the pages, and I realized that when I say I had 2 tabs open, so when I click save, it switched back this field here to niche instead of weight loss. So what I'm doing here, I've just added a location, and as you can see, the location's added there. I'm not going to change a lot else of this. I'm just going to export this as it is. Oh, did I forget some information? I knew I'd forget that when I was on the live. So let's just check this. So that's correct. I'll select overwrite anyway, and we'll export this to pages. Everything else should now work. So this is going to go off now and generate the pages. You can see instantly, and I haven't got a lot of data on these, But this is going to generate this. So if I open this in a new tab now, let's have a look. So at the top here, it's got the domain name and then weight-loss-union meals. And as you can see up here, weight loss union meals. So instantly adding those X fields has created that page. Now, if I come back to here and I search another page, and we'll open this in a new tab. Let's have a look and see what happens with this one. So at the top, it's got weight-loss-the and Len, if that's how it's pronounced. And if you had the word in between, then that would come up there again. So each of these pages are generated. These are physical pages now on this site. If I scroll down again, I'll just pick one more to show you. So imagine that I've gone and created these pages accordingly with Elementor. It's going to have the niche. And if I come back into the Magic page, and I'll just close this off for the minute, and I want to change this, I could delete the page and create a new one. But if I just want to change something very simple, we come down and we look for the niche link down here. So there's the niche, there's weight loss. I could edit this and change that to something else in here and then generate more pages. So then you've changed the niche and you could generate another 90 pages in I don't know, how to lose weight fast. And you could save them as posts. And so now if we come across to the actual, this is pages. And for those that are not sure about pages and posts, pages I use to create physical pages about products. Posts I use to send out to social media. So you generate a post about an article that you send out to social media. So as you can see here, these are all the ones I've gone and generated in minutes. Literally. So you build the Magic page once, you change the content, you add data, and you pop it all out there, and away you go. And this is the idea of Magic page. You think if you then index these, add these to the index file for sitemap, and then you submit that sitemap to Google, someone who's living in one of these locations will most likely see the page. If it's built properly and really well in there in the first place, it will all show up. And this is what I love about Magic page. Also, as well now, within Magic page is, and if I find the right location of it, I know on the standard page I saw the SEO stuff. Here we are, Magic page SEO. And within here, you can add X fields. So once again, from the very top page that we had on here, if I scroll up and copy this, in a very simple way, I can copy that, scroll down to the SEO section, and we got meta title. So I could pop in here my niche, which will be which is now currently weight loss, and I could put in. And what I love as well, if you enable the spin text in the background, we can do curvy bracket and curvy bracket pipe. I always hit the wrong key for pipe, and I could put the word near and then create curvy bracket. So what that'll do is it'll generate some saying weight loss in, and some will be generated weight loss near. And the same with the meta description, you can spin it, put your keywords in. You can also do the Twitter cards, and then of course it's got the standard scheme at the bottom here, which we were talking about earlier. And it's really easy to follow it step by step. And it's just a case of filling this out and following it. And there's schema plugins that can do this as well. Hopefully I've explained that reasonably well in the time that Daryl's been typing away.
Yeah, you're showing exactly why I love Mass Page. Just being able to build one magic or great, optimized page and have it build you traffic that you can feed your family from, or build a great business for others with lead gen. So it makes me super happy to see websites that work, that give value to the customer. Some people in Mass Page have done a lot of spam, And, spam is, I guess, from 5 years ago, it would have worked. But today, if you can do some good quality content and use these tools like we're giving you to work with here and with Magic Page plugin or whatever mass page tool you use, and you can deliver some decent quality content, maybe some pricing tools, some estimators, things like that. It's a win-win. Everybody wins. The customer wins, you win, the Google wins, everybody wins. And if you're creating leads for somebody's business, they win. So to me, it's all positive. Bobby, we're going to add you to the list here.
Yeah, I added Magic Page to an existing client site. It was a HTML site, and I created WordPress within a folder. And then I added Magic Page. I didn't do any other pages, just the Magic Page. Grabbed content, built the Magic Page, and this is before we had the new version, so I had it built dynamically. And within a week, they were being found in locations they'd never been found in before, and they started getting a lot more calls in. And that's a very simple way of doing it without any hard work. So it's awesome.
Craig is using SpinText to put his name in. Did you see that?
Oh, very good.
So I think that gives him 3 options.
Yeah.
So I get 1 entry, surely.
All right, guys. So let's one more time. I'll show you what domains are up for grabs. Somebody's going to be able to request A, B, C, or D. TileSolarRoof.com, HireATechie.com, RankandRoll.com, and QuotesMonkey.com. And if you are interested in buying domains, we scour the internet to find some pretty cool domains. You can go to go.ht/guest, and we can get you on here a little bit. But if you're looking for domains, it's go.ht/domains. Go.ht/domains, and you can see the different domains that we have for you there. All right. I don't have the guest link set up yet. So give us a minute, and I'll get that set up for us in a minute. Okay. So let's go ahead and, what do you say we spin the wheel?
Absolutely. So good luck, everybody. And I think we're all ready. Walter's saying wait. Or is it Walt?
No, it's Walt. It's Walt. All right, guys. I think we've got everybody's name. Here we go.
It's a good list this week, I have to say. Yeah. Some good domains there. So yeah, good luck, everyone.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, 3C Pod. Hey, congratulations.
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell us inside the chat which one you want. We'll go ahead and we'll flash that on the screen.
So go on A, B, C, or D. I do like Rank and Roll. That's a nice one, isn't it? In Quote Monkeys. So be interested to see what he would like. You take him a moment or two, because there's always a bit of a delay on the streams when people are watching us. So he should come back to us very shortly, and then we'll very shortly open up the lines if you want to come in and chat to us, ask us questions live. The thing about what we do, and there's not many marketers out there that I know that do this, or people who create products, is allow you to come on live and chat to us. It's very much something we love to do, and I know Mike Martin likes to do that as well. So we do open up the lines in a moment. He's saying I'm torn. so unfortunately we haven't. I don't know if I'mTorn.com is available.
I don't know that I'd want to go to that site.
Yeah, don't go there.
See, he's gone with Rank and Roll. I tell you what, Stephen, that is a great choice.
Yeah, that is a good one.
RankandRoll.com. You can do so much with it. And the thing is, the moment Daryl's pass this over to you, make use of it. Get a site up there. Right? Even if it means that you do a very simple page, and if you've got Lead Simplify as well, you can create a web form in Lead Simplify, pump that up. In fact, there's a web form that you can use for people can sign up into Lead Simplify. You add that to the page, a bit of info, and just share it on social media. That's a very quick way to start getting people seeing the site.
Awesome. Congratulations. That's a great domain, rankandroll.com. And it's yours now. Just reach out to me on Facebook, and we'll go ahead and get it pushed over to you It's currently registered at GoDaddy, so we'll get that all taken care of you free of charge. You just have to pay for your renewals every year, or else you lose the domain, and nobody wants to do that. So awesome! Congratulations. Let's see, we're going to go ahead and open up the guest line for a little bit here. And I'm going to answer a few questions that came above and we didn't get a chance to answer them. So one of the questions was, what's happening with MWB, Mass Website Builder? I was just talking to the developer before we got on the call here. We have some little bit of a snag on one of the things that we're trying to do. They're working around that. It's just a hardware situation. And so once that's cleared, there's a couple other little features we're adding. Once these features are added, you guys in the mess.page community and Leadgenmagic community and Simon's group, you guys will find out how to get access to the new version of Mass Website Builder before it gets launched to the public, to everybody else. Okay, so currently signups are closed, so you can't get in. You just put your name in, and we're going to contact you when the launch happens. We're going to have a special launch just because we will be able to integrate our form into the tool. So there's that, plus some really cool features that are coming out that makes it unlike anything else that's out there. That's a big thing to say, but in all of the tools that we've looked at, this is going to be very, very cool. So I've been working with the team for several months since Mike, gifted his shares of the company to me, and I've been working on it. Put some money invested in it, and we have some really cool stuff that's coming out. So looking forward to Mass Website Builder. It will be compatible with the form, and it will have some very unique features that it has never had before. So just want to throw that out there. Now, if you want to join us, go.ht/guest. Go.ht/guest. If you have any questions, you just want to give us a hard time. Oh, it was Steven's birthday this week, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Do we get to sing happy birthday?
Well, I tell you what, out of fun, right? While we're waiting to see if anyone wants to pop on and say hello tonight, out of interest, pop in the chat how old you think I am.
How old do you think Steven is? Do I have to give away another domain?
Well, that's up to you, mate, if you want to. But let's, we'll see. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, it was Wednesday, but I appreciate. It's funny actually. I had someone wish me happy birthday on Tuesday, which I assume it's someone from another time zone, right? And Facebook users, don't bring it up. Don't bring up the chat, right, on that one. But one person's got it right so far. I won't say who. And so it's it's quite good. In fact, Facebook user pop your name in because I'm not sure who you are. So because you haven't approved StreamYard, which you have to do at the top somehow. So yeah, I had a lovely day. My family told me to chill out. I took the day off. I just shut everything down and took the day off. So which is quite nice. So Paul Powers is younger than me. So we've had a few guesses in so far. Anyone else want to guess my age, just for fun?
Is this this is like something
I think you're the same age as me, Stephen, aren't you? I think so. Pretty much the same.
We'll have to see, won't we?
I'm not going to guess. I think I know.
So I think that's all the guesses in. So here we go. Yeah. Well, should we? Oh, here we go. Don saying 35.
Come off it, Don. Surely.
Yeah. Stephen P says 49 to 51-ish, and there's two guesses in now that are correct. Shall we give it away now and tell people what it is?
Wait, we gotta throw what George. We gotta throw what George put up there.
Where's George on here? Let's have a look. 30 years making mass page sites. I tell you what, it feels like that. because I was in, I jumped in, the early days, and I owned that along with Page Generator Pro, and now with the new updates of Mass Page plugin, it's beating Page Generator Pro in my opinion. So, and here you go. Mike says, old enough to know better, young enough to still do it.
Good one,
So,
Mike.
yeah. Well, shall I give away the correct answer?
Yeah, why not?
So I was 49 on Wednesday. So I've got to say, thank you, Don. You made me feel better. 35. and here we go. And Terry said 29. Look at that.
Terry's a good guy.
Yeah,
he wants a free membership, I think.
So, but no, that's good. That's good. It's all good fun. But thank you for all the comments. But we've had Facebook user says 49, and of course Stephen P went 49 to 51ish. Paul Power went 49. So it's all good fun. And no, you know what? It's strange. You don't ever feel any older. So and you only they say you're only as young as the woman you feel. Well, my partner's 7 years younger than me, so I'm all right. So anyway, last chance. If you want to pop in and say hello, go.ht/guest. It's on the screen. Pop on and say hello. Ask us a question. There may be something that Simon's brought up about schema that you might want to talk about. And if you don't want to pop on, just pop your comments in the chat. It may be something to do with Magic Page that I was showing you. And I mean, in my group, I mentioned a plugin that came up that looked really good, which is a content generating plugin. So if you go and look in Leadgenmagic, I won't go over it fully now because we get near the end of the program. But next week, I'd like to get your ideas, guys. Is there something in Magic Page that you're not sure about and you'd like to learn? Or something about SEO. We love your comments. We'd love to hear from you guys and offer even more value on these live Sunday evenings with you.
Some people were asking about MWB lifetime plan. I believe everything that we're talking about is just going to be part of the program. So whatever you currently have will just be upgraded. So that's the way I understand it. If I'm incorrect, I'm sorry, but that's what I understand it to be, because the whole platform's shifting. The whole platform's going to change. So it'll be cool.
No, that's good. I mean, and I've played around with MWB, and it's nice to know that you're on board with it, Daryl, because it's just going to have more and more features added to it. So it's going to be a super exciting product.
Yeah, the speed in which you'll be able to get pages set up is going to be unbelievable. It's going to probably almost cut in third the time that it takes to launch a website. So, and when you use my form, it's going to be even faster. So we'll be doing some demos. We'll show you how it works, and stay tuned, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
is there any other questions you guys have got for us tonight? Is there something you want to know about the new Magic Page plugin or the schema that Simon's mentioned? Just the last few minutes to give you a chance to do that tonight. We like to normally keep things within an hour. We've gone over that slightly, but then we've had a lot to talk about. So it's awesome. Tim says speed is king. So if
save time,
the thing is WordPress is fantastic, and the plugins that are out there are awesome. The thing to remember with WordPress is don't overload it with tons of plugins. I came across a customer site that had 110 plugins on it, and I couldn't believe it. It was really slow. I went through and I said, "You don't need that. You don't need that. Don't need that." I deleted most of them because they didn't need them.
I was going to say they apparently left out a few, because there's a few more in the repository they didn't add.
Yeah, just added all of them. Yeah. You know, MWB, for those that don't know it, MWB, what will happen is it'll generate HTML sites. HTML loads quicker.
It's actually they're actually PHP. The code is
PHP, are they?
Yeah.
Mm.
But we have a big announcement that'll be coming up about that, and yeah, it'll be very cool. Until it's done, I'm not going to say anything.
There's another question come up. When you're launching the courses for the new MPP, what's happening at the moment? I'm doing a course together for the directory site, which is nearly there. I've had a couple of beta testers on trying it out for us, and we've had to do some tweaks. And then I'm going to release a course on how to add the new Magic Page plugin to an existing website, which is the best way we felt to go with the best route to go with it. And that's going to be a really easy step-by-step course. And when we get those set up and released, there'll be a special deal for people within all the groups on here. There'll be a Sunday live announcement and a special deal, which will only be available for the Sunday night and the next day. I leave it open a bit longer. You know, that way then anyone watching the replays they'll get an opportunity to get in. But after that deal will be gone and it won't be available again. So, and anyone who's got the lifetime deal I originally did on Leadgenmagic, you'll have access to the training courses within that. So, so don't panic. All right. If you've got a lifetime deal, you'll have to raise a support ticket to get a coupon code from me. So if you're watching this and you've got a lifetime deal of Leadgenmagic, email me support@leadgenmagic.com or message me on Facebook, and I'll make sure I put you in the list to send you out a coupon code when we release the training course. So you need to manually write each page content out after using your tool and MPP, or does it also help you do that, or just the X fields? So with Daryl's Magic Form, it has this product called Siphon. And maybe I'll hand over to Daryl because he'll explain it far better. He'll do more justice than I will. Mike, Daryl, you're very quiet.
I think Brian. Thanks for the question. I think he's talking to the demo that you just did, where you just had the niche and the city name, and you'd have to add content to each page manually. That you wouldn't have to do with a properly done Magic Form page, and to put everything into a layout. So Brian, you're probably a little bit new to the group. So why don't you reach out to me or Steven, and we can show you basically the two products that you use, so you can build out the content really fast and really effectively. My tool is called Mass.page, and his tool is called Leadgenmagic, and combine that with Magic Page plugin, and you just kind of have this factory of building pages out that you can, get tons and tons. As long as you have domains, you can keep making websites. So it's really cool. Steven said, let's see.
Just before we move on, I was quickly going to add to that, Daryl. With the new update of Magic Page plugin version 6, me and Daryl are having to do a bunch of tweaks with the form and with the themes. So if you're thinking of jumping in, just bear with us a week or two while we finish those tweaks. Once those tweaks are done, then we're going to be pumping out a lot more ready-made themes, which will have all the X fields in that you can then generate sites with. So just bear with us a bit longer. It's the fact that this change with Magic Page plugin, we are having to make sure it runs smoothly, and every time we fix one thing, we come across something else, and it's a knock-on effect. But we're not far away down. We're probably the next couple of weeks it should all settle down.
Oh, it better be much sooner than that. My developer's been really busy, so he just hasn't been able to figure out. There's this one problem with the description body that it's just a mystery, because it's not happening for the developer. It's happening with only a few members. It's not happening all the time, but it's happening to Steven and it's happening to me. So it's making it difficult to show everybody our demos and stuff. So this is the Matthew Reed's question. So we're working on it every hour, every day. I've been working with the developer trying to figure out where the heck this problem is coming in from. on the form.
Yeah.
And once we get that nailed down, it will be good to go. But just give it a day or two. We should get it taken care of. I just added another developer to it tonight to try to get it better. So here's Steven says, looking forward to the new MPP and MWB hitting at the same time. I'm needing a magical summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys, I think this is good. We had a great turnout tonight. Lots of comments, and we really thank our new guy here, Simon, for joining us and adding a lot of value to the program. We talked about schema today. We talked about different things with images last week. If you didn't get a chance, check out the video that Steven has in his group, or join his group, Leadgenmagic, and you can see the video that he did on Zapper, and that's pretty cool for creating content. And I can see how that could be used with Magic Page as well. So you could add some content alongside your regular lead gen pages. So you, when Google goes to your site, it'll see a lot of unique content, which is good for it.
Zapper, in a very simple way, you go into it and you enter in a YouTube URL, and then it pulls in all the data from that YouTube video and converts it to text, and then you set up as a post. And then if you do it on a Magic page and you add all the X fields that we're suggesting, and then you zap that out as a post, and then get it auto sharing using IFTTT or a product like that out to social media, then you got yourself a unique spun piece of content each time you pump it up there to schedule it out. And content is king.
Yeah, and don't forget, you can also add it to the bottom of your Magic pages with the post carousel module inside of Elementor. And so you could just have those changing. So every single day or week, as you filter more content through that tool or other tools with your post building, you can constantly have new on-topic articles that are coming through on the bottom of your page to just give Google more things to hook their teeth into as they come through your site. So there's always, these are shiny objects, yes, but they're things that you try, and once in a while, like I said, that 1 out of 10 that makes the difference for everything. And this may be one. I haven't tried it myself, but this may be one of those JV Zoo or Warrior Forum things that actually does work. So we keep an eye on these things. We probably toss 90% of the ones that we come across, and there's once in a while we'll see one, we'll pass along to you just to show you.
Also, just to mention with Zapper, it's currently under $8. I think $7.95. If you go to my group and follow the link, I've only been using the front end of one. There's an upgrade. There is an upgrade. I don't know how much it is, but there's an upgrade to Pro, and the Pro version, all it does, it allows you to automate the output content into posts. That's the advantage of the Pro version. So, and anything above that, I think there's some done for you stuff. Personally, I don't worry about the done for you stuff. I just get the front end, and I'm thinking about possibly upgrading to the automation so I can add it to all my blog sites. So when I build blog sites, I can automate the content in a niche and tell it to auto generate that content, and then throw it out there. If you bear with me, Steve, I can grab a link off my site. Let me go to my page and see if I can find the original post.
Yeah, it's in your Facebook group, isn't it, Stephen? Yeah.
It's in my
Remember that.
I'm just going to scroll down and find it quickly if I can. It was a little while ago, wasn't it? So if anyone's looking for it, they go to leadgenmagic.com/Zapper, ZAPPR. I'll pop it into the chat here. Stephen P, let me know if you've seen that link, okay? Because sometimes it doesn't share to the groups, and if you're watching us from a Facebook group, it doesn't always share to there. So just confirm. That's where you can go and look at the product. It's $8. It's what's a price of under a price of a couple of cups of coffee from Costa, I guess. It's nothing. And even if you don't upgrade, get the front end. And with it being a WordPress plugin, I know the vendors well, and they do look after their products. I wouldn't recommend anything that isn't looked after. And so you just stick it on your WordPress blogs and pump content out, and that's what I'm using it for. So
Cool.
so great. He's watching on Facebook. Are you watching on Leadgenmagic Facebook group, my one, the SEO and Leadgen, or are you watching on Daryl's, Stephen? Because I'll make sure that link's added to both of them for you. I will just see what he's got to say. That I'm going to add it into. I'm going to create a post at the top and I'll pop the link back in for you guys.
He's in my group. I see the comment.
Okay.
Here.
So, did you want to pop that link in your group as well, Daryl?
Where's the link? Oh yeah, is that or...
Yeah.
It's not letting me cut it.
Do you want to pop it to you on
the chat? Yeah, send it to me as the private chat.
A minute. That's,
I don't know if that'll work, but
no, I'll send it to you on Skype, and that way then you've got it in there.
You can jump in my group and Facebook.
Yeah, I'll do that in a minute. I'll do that in a minute.
Yeah,
I'll pop it in there for you guys, and also I can share the video again of my demo of it. So when we finish in a moment, I'll get that popped up there for you guys. So, but off to feed the kids, says Tim Judge. So
nice. He feeds his kids. Why do you feed your kids, Tim? My God, those kids are so entitled.
Yeah.
They think they get everything.
Yeah.
Make them work for it.
So, it's only once a day, though. If that's in the UK, it's pretty late as well. It's about 11:30 in UK time. So
I have to say that the fact that we're all in similar studios. We spend a lot of money on our studios, but I do like how Simon's studio has a fancy roof on it as well.
Yeah, he's got a halo effect because he's the good guy.
I got the halo. I don't know afterwards.
He's
I'm trying to reposition it. Obviously, completely got it wrong.
He's the white hat guy. We're the evil black hat guys.
That's it. Well, yeah.
I can get you a new set next week. Once we have your paycheck ready, we'll go ahead and take it out of that paycheck, and we'll get you a new set.
Yeah. So where you're earning a penny, it's now down to 0.1 of a penny.
I need to get a logo in this one here, don't I? Yeah. I'll move it out. I'll get rid of the halo. I'll realign it.
Here's a question for you, Daryl. Right, in the UK, we at the petrol pumps, when you pay for fuel, it's like it's like £1. It's like 1.09 of a penny or something on the end. So do you get in the USA where the it's like 0.9 of a penny?
Yeah, we have that.
So I've always wanted to go into a petrol station with a penny and chop a bit off. Right, put 1 litre of fuel in and chop a bit off my penny and go, there you go. And they go, well, it's not a complete penny. Yeah, but it's 0.9 up there. How do they charge that? I don't get it.
I don't get it. So it's for marketing, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you know what? If they could round that and give 0.1 cent of every dollar of gas and give it to the Red Cross or give it to some kind of charity, they'd be rich.
No, that's true. Yeah. It's mad.
Just seeing this comment coming up here from George. That's not very. I need to be a bit worried, do I? If I morph into you two guys.
Well,
I'm the old one out. I need to sort my set out, and obviously I need to sort my hairline out as well. Is that what you're saying? Fair enough.
See what
I can do.
I've been meaning to get a haircut because if I bend my head down, you can see some hair there now. Look.
Yeah. There's spots where it grows and spots where it doesn't. So that's where it is. All right, guys.
Yeah, don't forget to share, tell people about our groups because we're here to help, and not just in the products we offer, but in SEO tips and tricks. We're all here to help mentor you. We have mentor plans if people want to come on board and want to have one-on-one training, or you can pop on a Sunday night and ask us some questions. That's why we're here to help.
Absolutely. I wanted to show something. Let's see. Thanking you guys. Let me share my screen before we go.
Mhm.
Uh,
It's left click, right click, and
as of May 13th, this was a while ago, we had 12,500 views, and now it's close to 15,000 views.
wow,
So we're getting there.
we're
Channel-
famous.
Yeah, we're getting there. So
That's great. Well done.
yeah, thanks. So yeah, keep watching, keep sharing, keep liking, keep commenting, all of that good stuff. We read all the comments on the videos, even in YouTube, in Facebook after the fact. We go ahead and read them. We'll reply back to them as well. So awesome, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we really do appreciate you guys coming on each week and supporting us, and we love to give value. That's why we're here. We're here to help you. We want you to succeed in your business, especially with the way the world is at the moment. You know, the people that are far worse off than what we are, but ultimately, it's your businesses that we want you to have the easier life. And if you put the hard work in, you'll get there.
Awesome. Thanks again, guys. Thank you so much. We'll be talking with you next week. Same bat channel, same bat time. Bye. Bye.
See you guys. Bye now. Thank you.